Now obviously, restoring the BSA Gold Star, I've been kind of reminiscing about those halcyon days of the ton-up boys. And you get yourself a Gold Star or anything with rear sets and clip-ons, and you'd pin it from cafe to cafe. But one of the most wonderful things about that era was the leathers that you wore.
The leading brand of the 50s and 60s was Lewis Leathers, and remarkably, they're still in business today. For more than a century, they've been based here in London's West End. Over the last 16 years, this iconic brand has been owned and run by Derek Harris.
Can I say two things, Derek, firstly? One, I've always wanted to come here, and two, the tea's as good as I imagined it to be.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
I'm not here though to talk tea, I'm here to talk leather. Lewis were originally a gentleman's outfitters who moved first into aviation clothing in the 1920s and then into tailor-made bike clothing. They acquired cult status in the 1950s when they started to target the youth market.
The young ton-up boys after World War II were quite often wearing RAF jackets, RAF boots. A lot of people called them Spitfire pilots on wheels. And I think D. Lewis spotted a gap in the market. And the first one we made was the Bronx, which had an American name.
Can I try one on?
Sure.
Come on then. I've been wanting to get to this bit, right from when I walked in. Here, I'll just put my other leather jacket down. Okay,
right,
so
you might
that
have
is
to
the
help me,
quintessential,
Yeah.
to me anyway, biker jacket, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've got the belt that I always, for me, used to throw away, yeah? Because it would get caught and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So this, right, eat your heart out. I don't know whether it's the right size, but you get the vibe. Oh yeah, so that was it.
Yeah.
Crossover like that.
That's it. A Lancer front, as it's called.
So was this the aspiration for all ton-up boys and girls, probably?
I think in the early days, definitely. You know, the riding position was crouched right over the tank.
Sure.
So this jacket had built-in action pleats. The D pocket is a hangover from when we were making flying gear. So it's essentially a map pocket.
Oh, I always thought it was for your gun.
No, well...
The Bronx jacket was an early bestseller, but it's only one of many styles. In 1962, my great hero Steve McQueen came here to buy a universal jacket like this.
Do I look like Steve McQueen? Well, I don't
think
the
you
hair.
look
I don't
pretty-
dye my hair, by the way, Derek. Right?
Yeah.
But I think I look like Steve. I feel like Steve McQueen.
Looks like
at
it's had a
least.
nicotine rinse.
Yes, a nicotine rinse. Hang on, mate. I gave up the fags years ago, son.
Later on in the 60s and 70s, the Lewis Lightning became the go-to jacket for bikers and rock stars alike.
Oh, mate. That's it.
A lot of the rock bands in the 70s wore the Lightning jacket as well. Joey Ramones, he had a Bronx.
Oh, it was a
and
Bronx,
Lightning,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Oh, so he had everything.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, because he was iconic, wasn't he, for
Very
the
much,
black
really
leather
tall,
jacket?
skinny guy, yeah.
Man, I loved
But the
that
Clash
music.
wore Lewis Leathers, one or two of the Sex Pistols, and Pretenders, so many other bands.
Lewis were also pioneers of coloured leather, with the great Giacomo Agostini regularly sporting their gear in the 1960s. Their current shop definitely does have a retro feel, but for me, this stuff is timeless and will never go out of fashion.
As the owner and man who is looking to the future of Lewis, what do you think that is?
I think I'm going to keep it pretty much the same as it is now. Of course, there's a big market for jackets with armour and everything else in it, but there's so many other people making that sort of thing that I'm quite happy to carry on as we are. We've got our own niche. As and when the time comes for it to be passed on to someone else, who knows what they'll do with the brand.
I mean, they always have been the iconic jacket
Yeah.
and leathers, etc., and still are to this day. And my view is always, don't worry too much about the body armour. If you're wearing a Lewis leather or something, you've got to look good in the ambulance.